straight to landscape, yeah. Okay. It's live on air. Excellent.
I usually get a notice.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm subscribed to your channel.
Okay, let's just see. It wouldn't show, because usually it would say it should show here.
There.
There. Oh, yes. Excellent. Yay. We're live. Right, so we'll just wait for a few minutes.
Oh, that one that I was drinking wine.
No. Wait, you said landscape, portrait. Which one is landscape? Is this one?
I'm hoping it will settle down, you know.
Yeah. If not, then I'll have to start it again. But why is it like that?
This one was streamed 6 minutes ago. So this is the other one.
The other one.
Yeah, the first one. The one you were trying to take the picture.
Yeah.
Let me just go and see if you're live. Why won't my lock?
Okay, let me double check. Hey, I think someone is on there.
Yeah, that's one person on.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, yes. Hi, Healthy Thali. Okay, so I believe we can start now. Hi, everyone. If you're joining us, welcome. How are you doing? I'm blessed. How are you? It's been a while. If you come on, please kindly do help us share it on. And this time, it's not just for women. Though we're talking about breast cancer, it's not just for women. So please share it on to, everyone, like even men. They need to hear this. Yes, we understand it's International Women's Day. We're celebrating and we're talking to women, but it's not just for women. It's for everyone. Men are included. So when you come on, please share it with everyone, including men. So, okay, let me just begin by saying thank you for joining us. The Lord bless you. Welcome to Inspired by Amoanimah's platform. My name is Anna, and I'm Amoanimah Boateng. And tonight I'll be the host and we'll be talking about breast screening awareness. So, again, please invite people to join because it's going to be very, very informative for all of us. And also, I was going to say to all my Ghanaians, Happy Independence! I don't know, I'm so excited today about this independence. But anyway, thank God Ghana is 64, is it?
Yeah.
64, yeah. So, yeah, happy independence to you all Ghanaians if you're on. I would like to introduce my sister here. She's my buddy. She's my sister. Honestly, listen, tonight, whatever comes, take it as it is. We'll be joking a lot. We laugh a lot when we meet, so hey, take it as it comes. But we're going to be serious because what we're going to talk about is serious. So right now, I would just like to invite my sister, my friend, my everything, Barbara. Okay, I'll just leave you to introduce yourself, like the full name and everything. So I'll just say Barbara. So over to you, sis.
Hi, everybody. My name is Barbara Asante Mensah. I'm a general practice nurse, and tonight we're all going to learn something new because it's always an opportunity to learn something new. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. And as I said, this is not just for women, it's for everyone. So please get the men to watch as well as they're going to benefit. Before we go on, I just want to read something that I just found online. It says, becoming breast aware and understanding how you can proactively support your own breast health it's important to staying healthy. So obviously staying healthy, you know, we try and do so many things to stay healthy. We eat well, we drink well, we exercise, you know, we get the vitamins or whatever in our body. We try to get everything. But the one thing that we don't actually think about is our breast. Okay, and women, men, and especially I think men don't think about it because they feel like, oh, breast is for women, so they don't think about it. But as this one is saying that, you know, staying healthy also means taking care of parts of your body, which includes your breast.
Yeah.
So tonight, that is what we're going to talk about. If you've seen our previous video, I had Barbara come on where we spoke about, I think it was
Cervical screening.
Cervical screening, yeah. So today is about breast screening, and we're going to answer all the questions. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. Thank God we can see the comments down there. So put it in, and then we'll do well to answer all your questions. So sis, do you want to say anything, or should we go straight into the questions?
I think we should go straight.
Okay, right. So first question is, how often should breast self-examination be done?
So I would say that self-examination, so self-examining your breast, it's not something I would say you should do all the time, but it's something that you should be aware that you should do. Doing that will make you confident and more aware of what your breast or how your breast feels and looks like.
Okay.
Because at certain points in your cycle as a woman, your breast will feel lumpy, will look different. But if you don't check or you don't examine your breast, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when is actually the best time? Because you mentioned, you know, when you're in your cycle, because I know different people go through different things in their cycle. So would you recommend that we do it during our cycle, before or after?
So I personally, what I do is sometimes when I go to have my bath, I just look at myself in the mirror.
Okay.
So very often my hand on my waist to look at how my breast looks, the skin, you know, how, if there's any dimpling or any changes to my nipple, and generally how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be checking my breast when I'm having my period, because at that time my breast will be lumpy or it will be painful as well. But then breast pain is not something that you should put down to having your period. So if it's consistent, it's always there, I would say have it looked at.
Okay. So the self-examination is important to do, but
It is.
wouldn't advise that you do it all the time.
Yes, it's something that will help you become breast aware. Because if you're not checking, you're not looking, then you wouldn't know how your own breasts look like.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, but it's if you become someone who is checking every day, then
You
the
become
anxiety.
the anxiety, yeah. It will scare you, I suppose.
It will, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Someone says, remember to give the host a thumbs up. Thank you. Right. Okay. When you were talking, something else came in mind, because you know some people, as I was saying before, with their going through their cycle, so many things happens as well. Okay. Some people get breaks out with sports. Some people have, you know, usually I get mine just on my chest and my back.
I play on my back.
Ah, right, okay. But I know for some people too, they get this, you know, I don't know whether it's lump or whatever, in the armpit. Is that something to be concerned about?
So when you self-examine yourself, it's not just looking or touching the actual breast. It's looking around it.
Okay.
So looking in your armpit, feeling if you've got any lumps in your armpit
Can you
as well.
demonstrate, you know, I know, you know, but roughly.
It's going to be happy today.
I know. No, like roughly, so we have an idea that, okay, if I lift my hand, I'm not just looking at here, but it has to go up. Is that right?
I've got something.
Because what I do, right, as you said in the bath, I'll lift my hands up and I'll just be, you know, using my hand to just go around, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just going round. So you will start by, you know, going round and feeling around your breast.
Okay.
So you check the nipple to see whether there's any lump or anything new.
Right. I've never checked the nipple.
Underneath the nipple.
Ah.
So you look to see the skin is fine. There isn't any changes. There isn't any dimple or any changes to your skin. Then you feel whether you've got any lumps there. You check underneath the nipple as well. You check in your armpit to make sure there isn't any lumps there as well. But I find on a personal note that after I've had a hot bath, my breast feels different.
Okay.
So
that's the first I've heard.
Yeah, my breast feels different. So after a hot bath, personally, I wouldn't be checking. Yes.
Okay.
So that's something that I've become aware of.
Okay. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're talking about breast screening awareness, and it's not just for women, as we're talking about, it's for everybody, including men. So invite the men to join in. The first question we asked was, how often should breast examination be done? And Barbara said you don't really have to do it all the time, but then you should actually know, you should be checking it enough to know yourself. Is that right? To know how it looks like, how it feels like. So obviously if there's any changes, then your attention.
Because I wouldn't be saying check your breast every day. But knowing your own breast will sort of make you become aware when there's something different. It will alert you to any difference that appear. Okay. So if there's skin around your breast or on your breast changes, you will know, because you know that this is how my breast looks
normally is.
This is how it feels like.
Okay.
This is how it feels like to touch as well. So yeah.
Okay. Right. So obviously talking about breast screening awareness, it sort of leads to talking about breast cancer. I don't know if you want to say anything else before we get into questions about breast cancer. And guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the comments and we will ask.
So we've spoken about breast awareness and, whether you have to look at your breast.
Yeah.
I want to say that when you've had a look and there's a lump or you've seen any changes, unless you've seen a doctor to say, so don't panic and go into this is cancer mode, because there are benign lumps that you will find in your breast that you will go for a scan for and it will be nothing.
Let me ask one quick question. I mean, I'm not scientific or whatever, but you do feel some lumps in your breast.
So naturally the breast is got ducts in there.
Okay.
So you've got breast tissue. So it's not just
so
the skin and the what's
correction,
underneath.
they are tissues.
Yeah.
But not lumps.
You will feel lumps there depending on what time your cycle is.
Right, okay.
But you've got breast tissue. So you will feel it.
Yeah.
But feeling something that you are not very sure of is what you have to ask for help to look at.
Right.
Because when you're checking and you're aware of your breast, you will know whether this feels different. This is not normal for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So should we go on to questions about breast cancer then?
I think so.
Because this kind of leads to it. So what are the early signs of breast cancer?
I think the most common one is finding a lump in your breast. But that's not the only sign that I would say. So I talked about dimpling of the skin on your breast. Sometimes, our nipple, should I use this word? It will tend to go inwards.
Go inwards, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the signs as well. Discharge. So discharge in the sense that you don't squeeze, but you will find discharge from your breast. If it's blood tinted, you need to be seeing your GP to be referred on to be checked.
Speaking of we'll come back to that question, but speaking of the discharge, I have seen a male with a discharge before, but it was more like water coming out of it. Is that normal?
Were you squeezing before the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're squeezing before the water, bear in mind, a man's breast is the same as ours. Ours is just more enlarged.
Okay.
So if you're squeezing before you get a milk or water from it, that's fine. But if it's painful, you felt around and there's something abnormal, then I think the man should also get checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So some of the other early signs.
So sometimes we do get pain. So I've spoken about lump, the retracted nipple, dimpling of the skin, and
you talked about changes as well of color.
Yeah. So if it's blood tinted, you need to have it looked at.
Okay.
Very often as women, when you've not had a baby and you squeeze, you find you get some milk or water coming out. Yeah. Please, if you're proper squeezing to get it out, please don't do that.
Obviously,
because we wouldn't really squeeze our nose till something comes
out. Yeah. Okay. So guys, did you hear that? Don't go squeezing up to try and get things out. It doesn't work that way, right? Okay. Now, next question I have is, does a mammogram hurt? Because I think there is this, we've been hearing stories, obviously, and if you don't know, like myself, you'd be thinking, oh, just like we're talking about the cervical screening, if you don't know something, you're very skeptical to go forward. So there are stories about, oh, you know, it's got...
Squash your breast.
Yes. So
I've
people are scared to go forward. So the question is, does it hurt?
It's uncomfortable.
Okay.
But not painful.
I can imagine, obviously, because you're trying to check something.
Because they're trying to get a clear and precise imaging, it's uncomfortable. But the team who do your mammogram will explain the procedure to you. They will get an informed consent. So they will explain, tell you how it will feel.
Going to do it,
this is what I'm going to do. This is how I want you to stand for me before they do it. But it is uncomfortable, but not painful.
I suppose it is to be expected because, Charlie, you're playing around with
Yes. I've had questions that, I haven't got anything, so what would they,
Yeah.
But they are trained to do this.
Okay.
They are trained professionals, and they'll put you at ease. When you go into the room, you won't even feel they try to make it as, should I say, dignified as...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been there, and they're very, very respectful.
Okay.
Very, very. And because they do know that unless that imaging is done and it's been looked at and reported on, they wouldn't know whether that's a cancer diagnosis coming on or not. So they respect that they carry out this procedure with, not knowing whether it will go right or left. Is brilliant, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So next question is, how long does a mammogram take to perform?
I would say this is it depends on the patient. So if you're anxious, you take more time because you will be,
you'll try and calm you down,
and moving, talking you through the procedure.
I can imagine I will be like that, fidgeting and asking a lot of questions.
But I think overall it can be completed in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're a bit like me, it might take some time. But if you're just going in there, I just want to get this over with, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And for the testing, I mean, this is not part of my question, but I'm just going to ask, for the testing, is there a certain age that they do test?
So I know that in England, when you're 50, you're invited for, it's automatic, you get a letter.
Why is it 50 though?
So it does not mean that if you're below 50, you can't have your breast screened. Okay. So the procedure, if you're below 50, the procedure is if you've seen anything, you're worried about anything, you go to your GP. Your GP will check for you. Most of the time, they'll reassure you because they'll know what's going on. If the GP is not sure or thinks there's something sinister going on, then they will refer you on to have the breast checked. Okay. So you either have an ultrasound scan done. So at the age of 50, if you're invited, you have it every 3 years till you're 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the next question I was going to ask? Something came to mind. Can you just request for it to be done?
So because breast health is complicated, just as we as women, because I might feel something in my breast. So if I'm lifting heavy things, so I'm doing a lot of exercise and my chest muscles hurt. Very often we say my breast hurts.
Yeah, I think I've had that experience before. I'm not sure what happened. Let me just chip it in. I'm not sure what happened, but I think about a few years ago, suddenly I started feeling a lot of tenderness. And it was so painful. It was just under my breast. Yeah. It wasn't the breast itself. I felt the pain under the breast. Yeah. But the pain was shooting up. And because obviously I used to use a lot of, the underwire, whatever.
Bra, yeah.
So I had to stop and start using sports bra. But still, the pain was unbearable. So I actually, that's a good one. I actually requested for it to be checked because I was getting worried, I must say. Like,
Yeah.
prayers were going in, and
I
I've
know.
never shared this, because it was that painful.
Yeah.
So I was referred to somewhere in Windsor.
Parapet.
Okay.
That's our local one.
Right. So I was referred there. They got it checked, and that was the longest 2 weeks of my
your
life waiting for the results.
Were you
But
scanned?
I was scanned.
So very often the doctor or the person doing the scanning will tell you if there's anything. They'll say, I didn't see anything.
I must say the doctor was very good. As soon as he saw me, he was like, there's nothing wrong with you. Oh yeah. He did say straight away. Because when I entered, he just go, lift your hands up. So I did. He just go, there's nothing wrong with you. But from the pain you're talking about, let's get you checked anyway. So I got scanned and I had to wait 2 weeks. And as I said, that 2 weeks,
longest, I know.
it was the longest 2 weeks ever, because I'm thinking, what is going on? What has happened to me? I couldn't sleep this way. Usually I'm the type that sleeps with my face down.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep that way. I couldn't sleep sideways. It was both of them. So it was quite worrying. 2 weeks came, thank God. There was nothing wrong.
Good.
But still, the
was
pain
there.
was going on. What could have happened?
So it could probably have been your chest muscles.
Okay.
But very often, I would say that don't just put things down to, it's the muscles.
Honestly.
So I'm one to run to the GP.
Yeah.
Because you can never tell. And I always say that if you ignore these signs,
you never know.
Yeah, something big comes up and you've missed it.
Just like we talk about the cervical one as well. You never know. But it was
It's scary though, because I think the first time I went to Parapet as a patient, you sit there and you sort of see people going, going, but there are different clinics being run in that space.
Oh, right.
So you sort of sitting there and thinking,
all these people, those were exact thoughts.
But I will always say I will go.
But I must say though, my pain did take a while to go, but I think moving on from the wired bra to sports bra helped. So I had to stop wearing wired bras.
Yeah. I think sometimes.
Okay.
Because if you're wearing an ill-fitting bra, you will feel
and I
the
think
pain.
that maybe we should touch a bit on the fact that people don't wear the right bra as well.
Yeah, because you need to be measured really. Because if I measure 38 centimeters around here, and probably I'm wearing a 36 B or C bra.
Obviously.
Girl, when you take it off, you want to breathe. You feel like you've been set free.
But people want to push up.
Why not?
Yeah, so guys, that's a tip for you if you ever have that kind of thing. Okay, so moving on. Would you recommend a breast MRI or ultrasound over a mammogram? Before that, can we just talk about what is MRI, what is ultrasound, and what is mammogram? Or we can just
I think what I would say is a mammogram is the gold standard. So if you're having a diagnosis, you should always choose a mammogram unless you're under 35 and you can have an ultrasound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right. So next question.
Okay.
My breasts have felt really sore, just like my story. My breasts have felt really sore and tender. Should I be worried? We've answered it, but let's just,
I think we spoke about it just a minute ago because we talked about ill-fitting bra and hormones as well. So depending on where you are in your cycle as well. And it can also be your chest muscle. So if your breast is sore, have you been doing anything that will strain the muscles around your chest? And are you wearing the right bra size?
Yeah.
Or where are you in your cycle? But one thing that took me by surprise is I think a lot of women don't really take note of their cycle.
Their cycle, yes. I used to be one. It was like, let it come. When it comes, it comes. But I think when you keep a record, it kind of helps. Yeah. Okay. Now, that also leads me to a question about children as well. Because being a mother, I'm sure most mothers out there, most parents out there, their kids have got to that stage, and then they say, "Mommy, I'm feeling pain," and they're like, "Okay, what do I do?"
I think for me, I'm told not to refer to my kids. I think when my daughter or my son says I've got breast pain, I would treat it the same way I would treat it at for myself.
Okay.
Because I would say no disease is a disease for only adults. And it will be very rare. I haven't come across it, and I've not read anywhere around a 12-year-old or 13 and 18 lower age, under 18-year-old having cancer of the breast. But I wouldn't just say because I have not read or heard anything it won't happen, because anything is possible. So I would treat it the same way. Okay. So we would deal with the muscle pain, maybe ibuprofen, because my children are of diet. I can take ibuprofen to see whether there's any inflammation there. Okay. We will look at bra, so if it's ill-fitting, we will sort that one out. If it's still ongoing and you're worried, if my teenagers will allow me, I might do a breast examination, but they never do. They never do.
They always prefer someone else.
Yes, so I'll get a doctor to do that for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Half of the time, the GP will reassure you, examine and reassure you, and send you on your way. And I find that a lot of people find that calming and, better. Yeah. So I would do that.
Okay. All right. Next question. Now we're on to the men. So men, if you're listening, should men self-examine?
Absolutely. So I would say yes, they've got breast, just as women have breast. And, every year in the UK, around 390 men are diagnosed with breast cancer.
Did you hear that?
This is something that I think a lot of men think, breast, women.
Women, yeah.
Yeah, but men do have breast, the two things on their chest. That's also breast.
Yeah.
And I would say yes, definitely. Yeah.
They should self-examine as well. And obviously it will be the same as women self-examining themselves.
There isn't a lot of awareness around breast cancer in men. Yeah. And that's something I think maybe we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So men, please, if you're out there, get yourself checked.
Yes.
Just as we spoke about the women's one, it doesn't have to be every day, but obviously you know how your breast feels like. So getting it checked, you become, used to how it is. So if there is anything that is out of the ordinary, then you know that I need to go further.
Yeah. And I also want to say that, I think wives and partners should also check for them. Okay. Because half of the men who turn up for screening...
it will lead to others, but hey, go check for them.
Half of the men who turn up for screening, for breast screening, is because their partner or their wives have picked up something abnormal. Okay. So, yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. You get your spouse or your partner to check, because then they will also know.
Yeah, because if you touch often, you will know the difference if you touch and there's anything abnormal.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. We'll take that in. Right, so next question. A few women in my family have had breast cancer. Should I go for further testing?
So if you say a few
is it a genetic something, by the way?
Can be. So there's genetic studies that's going on. Okay. If you say a few women, are they mother, grandmother, first line relatives? Yeah. So if it's your auntie's cousin's daughter, I would say that's a bit far-fetched. But if it's your mom...
Direct
line. Direct line. Your grandmother, yes.
Okay. Mother or probably sister.
Sister, yeah.
Because you're from the
same line, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so they should go for it. Yeah, you think? Even though,
but you have to speak to your GP. There are guidelines and policies to follow. So you're not routinely referring people just because. Yeah. For referral sake, but if they've got a strong history. Okay. And if for peace of mind, why not?
Yeah. Right. This next question is for those with breast implants, and they're asking, can I go for a mammogram if I have breast implants?
Definitely. And nothing will happen to the
Implants, you will still have it intact.
It will be intact, yes.
It will still be intact, so go for it. And would the procedure be the same?
It will be the same.
By the way, do you have any idea of if they put the implants, like, what happens? Does it pushes anything away or something?
No, but I've seen a few, and you know, after you've breastfed, you know, the kids take away a bit of
the flesh,
the firmness.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the kids take a bit of the firmness, and when the implants go in, it
brings it back.
Yeah, it gives you that kind
because you know what, my ignorant mind, I used to think it pushes off maybe your tissues or something somewhere, and that is replaced there.
No.
Oh, okay.
So nothing is taken now. It's just putting.
Okay.
That's why sometimes I've heard stories of it leaking or deflating. Yeah.
I can't do that. Anyway, so yes, so the question was, can I go for mammogram if I have breast implants? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So if you do, please. And the last question I have is, what happens if I need further testing?
So if you need further testing, I think if there's any problem with the first screening that you have, I think you a few women get a call back to go and have another screen.
Okay.
So if there's a problem, you need further testing, they'll follow policy. They will do that for you.
Okay.
But it does not mean that there's always something wrong. They just want to clarify something they've seen. So I've been called back before just because they wanted to be sure that they the second one.
Okay.
So when the consultant compared, the new one was completely different. So probably I moved or something wasn't right on the imaging. But yeah.
Okay. Right. So I see you have a couple of information. If you can read them to us, that would be great.
So I've got this. I hope everybody can see.
Let me just hold it and then you can talk about it.
So it's just like we said the first time. It says know your breast, you know, and a lump or area that feels thicker than the rest of the breast, a change to the skin, redness or rash on the skin around the nipple, a change to the nipple, for example, if it becomes pulled in.
Okay.
Change in shape or position, and liquid that comes from the nipple without squeezing.
Yeah.
Pain in your breast or your armpit that's there all the time or almost all the time.
Okay.
And swelling in your armpit or around your collarbone.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard about a collarbone one.
And a change in size or shape of your breast.
Okay.
So look out for these things. Be breast aware. Know what your breast feels and looks like.
Yeah.
I think I've got this. So this is from breast cancer research. It says touch, look, and check.
Touch, look, and check. Okay.
So know your breast. Look, touch it. It's your own, you know, and check it.
Okay. So hopefully that should be. Yep. Okay. Any other information? You can read them out really, so that you know.
Yes.
The more we get, the better for us. The more we are informed, more like.
So I've got some statistics here for the UK.
We need the statistics.
So breast cancer is the most common form of cancer, with a lifetime risk for women of 1 to 7. So 1 in 7 women will have breast cancer. But it's common, and I know with advances in healthcare, there's a lot of people who survive as well. I know that if it is caught on time, it's treatable, and you will live your normal life. I have got this one.
Yes,
my page.
You can read it out.
Okay. Yeah. So, around 25% of people diagnosed with advanced breast cancer will live a further 5 years.
Oh.
for stage breast cancer, that is small tumors in the breast, stage 1, will survive at least 5 years.
Okay.
So if you feel anything that you think this is abnormal for me, if you touch anything that you feel is abnormal for your breast, get it checked. Get it looked at, because the survival rate is high it's good. This one is not good, but I have to say almost 1,000 people in a month lose their lives to breast cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't leave it to chance. Get it checked. Okay.
And I know I said that you get your screening letters from 50 to 70, but if you're over 70, you
to have it. Just like if you're under 2, you can request. I think this one, you can.
Okay, so you want to know the incidences in the UK?
Yeah.
So over 55,000 new invasive cases and over 8,000 in situ cases are diagnosed every year. 80% of new breast cancer diagnoses are in women over the age of 50.
Oh.
Yeah. And around 1 man a day.
A
day.
Men,
is
get yourself
diagnosed
checked.
with breast cancer. And breast cancer is the main cause of death in women aged 35 to 49 years. And 1 in 7 women will develop the disease in their lifetime.
I mean, it's good to know all these things, so at least we know how serious it is to get ourselves checked.
But because screening is good, breast cancer is picked up. That's why the rate, incidences or prevalence is really high.
Okay.
Yeah. So to reduce the risk, I know I'm always told this. I've been told that 23% of breast cancer is preventable through lifestyle changes. So through being healthy, keeping a healthy weight, physical active.
Take your time with that one. So there is that's possibility of preventing.
Yeah, through lifestyle.
Through a lifestyle
23%.
Okay. I think that goes into, most of us that are not really conscious about, healthy lifestyle, because believe it or not, people are not. Certain people are not. So this would be good information.
So this is from the World Cancer Research Fund, and it recommends that if you keep a healthy weight, you're physically active, you eat more whole grains, vegetables, fruits, and beans.
Those of us who don't like these veggies. Okay.
I've been told when you're eating vegetable, just imagine you're having your favorite fast food.
I'll be imagining having ice cream.
So you limiting your intake of fast foods.
Wait, so it was whole grains, veggies, fruit, and beans.
Yeah.
Beans. Okay.
So I know that I don't know, but when somebody says beans to me, I'm thinking of black-eyed beans.
Yeah, because that's what we eat.
Yeah, kidney beans.
Yeah.
But there's lentils, there's chickpeas, there's all those.
Okay, which again, some of us don't go there. So, yeah, I'm serious. Okay.
It also says limiting red meat and processed meat.
Okay.
Limiting sugar-sweetened drinks. Cutting down alcohol intake.
Okay.
And additional recommendations are breastfeeding, if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not obvious.
Not everybody can breastfeed.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to talk about reoccurrence. So some people will say, I had breast cancer, I had treatment, and it's come back.
Yeah. We hear that a lot.
Yeah, so reoccurrence means a repeat breast cancer diagnosis. And it can occur at where it was before, or in another place, or having, spread.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says that if it comes to where it was before, that's the local, and it's common.
Okay.
However, it does not mean all people who have had breast cancer should be monitored for reoccurrence.
Okay.
With an annual mammogram for at least 5 years of the treatment. So
I suppose they have to even go back to the healthy eating and all that, taking care of themselves.
Oh yeah, because once you've gone through treatment, it's a life-changing experience.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's a life-changing experience.
Okay. So, if you're in that position, you know what to do.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Look after yourself.
Stay healthy, be healthy. Be health conscious. I always say to myself that, I can't go running. I'm always working. So, but walking at least for 30 minutes a day. Not just, slow walking, but brisk walking.
Okay.
That I'll feel that I'm doing something.
Okay. I actually found out during the lockdown that walking was even much better than
running.
And I used to go jogging and all that. And I was like, nah, forget it then. Yeah. I'll do my walking. Okay.
Because you get time to clear your head.
Yes.
That sort of thing.
Yes. Okay. So what is about I see he's talking about secondary cancer or something like that.
Yeah, so this is when we say stage 4 advanced cancer.
Oh, okay. Those who are actually probably going through treatments and stuff like that. Okay.
Let's see if I've got something else.
Hope you guys are being informed and being educated so far. If you feel like this will help someone, please share it to them, let them benefit as well. And as we said and we keep saying, it's not just for women, it's for men as well. So get them checked. And if you have kids also, educate them about it so that they know their cycle, they know how to check themselves, they know what it is, because most of us, our kids, they always come to us, mommy, this and that. So if you educate yourself and you educate them,
I think we've sort of
covered. Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm glad you came because there was a lot of questions with regards to this particular subject as well. So thank you, and the Lord bless you. Guys, we will end it here, but hopefully we'll come back with
something educative.
Yes. In regards to health as well.
Yeah.
As I said, Barbara is my buddy, so she's always here. If you have any more requests of any health related questions as well, you can by all means, send me a message, and then we'll get Barbara back on so that we can talk about it. Again, if you haven't seen the video of the cervical screening, go back into my my videos. It's in there somewhere. We did that one. Was it last year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Last year. Wow.
We already in March, yes. So we did that last year. So go back into it, and then you get something. But if you're just joining us, let me just quickly run up what we were talking about: cervical screening. Sorry.
Breast.
Cervical screening, breast screening, which led to questions about breast cancer, self-examination, whether men should check themselves. And today, today was the first time I also heard that men do actually die of breast cancer. They do get it. So don't take it for granted. Don't think that, breast cancer is just a female thing. It can happen to men as well. So take it serious, and please, if you have a partner or a spouse, get them to check.
Or you can check for them.
You check for them too, so that at least you both, know where you are with regards to any changes that, may look off. Thank you all again. The Lord bless you. We appreciate you all. So, until next time, it's...
Bye. Bye.
It's bye. And this one, because it's live, we couldn't take out any block. So yes, thank you all guys so much. The Lord bless you, and please share it on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Oop.